Hello, welcome. Today we will talk about sustainability, ethical and social responsibility dimensions as part of our business ethics topics. We will use some visuals to demonstrate some of the important concepts and provide a review of sustainability issues. So now we will have some Socratic questions to help you reflect on the topic and to test your knowledge. Are there differences between social responsibility, sustainability, and corporate social responsibility? Of course there is. Social responsibility is about maximizing positive and minimizing negative impacts on stakeholders. Sustainability includes the assessment and improvement of business strategies, economic sectors, work practices, technologies, and lifestyles, and maintaining of the natural environment. Corporate social responsibility means social responsibility is much broader than sustainability, which includes relationships with relevant stakeholders for your organization or for your product and services. Are all the examples of social concerns valid for business? Why or why not? Yes, many of them are. Think about the social issues, employee well-being, legal responsibilities, sustainability, philanthropy, consumer protection, corporate governance. If we do not do what is right with regards to well-being of our employees, how can you attract and retain good, competent workers who take pride in what they do? If we're not involved in philanthropy by helping the less fortunate in our organizations or those who are dealing with others outside of your organizations related to your products or to the population that you serve, how can our consumers, those who buy our products, be seeing us as a socially responsible organization? So strategic philanthropy should be a part of every single business. It is a social concern. Individuals sometimes can help by giving to charity, but corporations oftentimes are making much more money for their shareholders than individuals make for themselves. Therefore, corporations also need to be socially responsible by being involved in strategic philanthropy. Think about if we're not concerned about consumer protection and we cause harm to people's breathing, let's say, by polluting the environment, how will we be perceived by consumers in the future when that information is available to everybody? And in today's environment with social media and very, very knowledgeable and concerned consumers, information gets out very quickly. In a matter of minutes, millions of people can become aware of your practices, especially if they are not ethical or legal practices. So we need to be concerned about all of these social issues. Yes, they are valid for every business in order for them to be socially responsible and to be seen as a sustainable organization by being efficient, by empowering all the employees to reduce their negative footprint on society, on the environment, on the local rivers and local streams. Which environmental areas should be of greater concern for businesses than others, and why? Well, you need to be concerned about the atmosphere. You need to be concerned about the land and the water. All of them are important because if the atmosphere is no good, we're polluting it, then we are going to have problems of going outside, breathing problems, toxins basically taking over our cities, our organizations. In the land where we operate, if the land is not good, how can we have good agriculture for us and for our food consumption and for the plant life and for animal life and so on? And think about how valuable water is. If we don't drink water, we will die very quickly in a matter of days and weeks by becoming hydrated. So if our water is polluted, we cannot survive. If the quality of water is not good, that means sometimes we might be poisoning ourselves by drinking that water. And sooner or later, it's going to lead to physical and psychological and other health-related problems that we as human beings or our future generations will suffer from. So these environmental areas all should be of a concern to every single business, every employee, and every professional. Are the goals of the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, positive or negative for business? Well, their goals are to reduce air pollution, to have safe water, to manage waste and have clean sites. Their goal is to have preparedness for environmental response. God forbid an emergency or unexpected event happens. Their goal is to have compliance and environmental stewardship for all businesses. So these Environmental Protection Agency goals are positive. However, temporarily, sometimes it can increase the cost for an organization to be in compliance. But if you cannot be in compliance, sooner or later you will go out of business because customers will not buy from you, will not do business with you if they see you as polluting the environment. So it's better to be in compliance with these laws, rules, regulations, and recommendations from the outset. This way you're perceived as a socially responsible and sustainable organization, and your brand will be better recognized in the consumer's minds. Which of the U.S. regulations should be reduced or eliminated, and why? Well, think about everything that is part of the regulations: the Clean Air Act, Endangered Species Act, Toxic Substances Control Act, Clean Water Act, Pollution Prevention Act, Food Quality Protection Act, Energy Policy Act. I think we need all of them. We need to provide better training, better awareness for everybody to not only abide by these, but also to go above and beyond them at times. So these are starting points. In other words, we need to minimize the negative impact of what we do on everybody around us. The Clean Air Act could be perhaps eliminated when we're no longer polluting, when organizations are all aware of what to do and everything they do in their operation is the right thing to do, and they're being efficient in every element of the operation. But until then, obviously, we need to have these regulations. Think about the Endangered Species Act. If every citizen around the globe is being responsible in terms of his or her behavior, then we probably don't need the Endangered Species Act. But even if we're all being responsible, maybe we're polluting the environment. The environment is basically killing some of the species. So we need to change our behavior in order to save various species on our planet. So until all species are provided equal protection, we cannot change. We cannot eliminate these laws. We need to continue to be proactive and obviously do better and better. Which alternative energy source has the best chance of decreasing energy cost and decreasing carbon emissions? Well, you can have wind, geothermal, solar, nuclear, biofuels, hydropower. All of them have some advantages and some costs associated with them. For example, we talked about nuclear technology not having too much of a negative footprint on society and in terms of pollution, but also there are some safety standards, but also there are some safety concerns that we have with regards to nuclear plants. Is greenwashing engaging in deception with statements that are accurate but misleading? Yes, it is. Think about when people are saying natural. If the word natural or that ad is not regulated, what does that mean? Is every ingredient natural? Think about does not contain fat or sodium when it was never in the product. So yes, greenwashing is engaging in deception with statements that are accurate but can be misleading. Some of the statements of greenwashing can include natural, not regulated, does not contain fat or sodium when it actually was never in the product. Local food may not be more environmentally friendly. Chemical free when product never had chemicals. You should also be concerned about the strategic sustainability audit, which companies that are socially responsible tend to do on an annual or periodic basis. For example, you can answer questions like, does the organization show a high commitment to a strategic environmental policy? Yes or no? Do employees know the environmental compliance policies of the organization? Do suppliers and customers recognize the organization's stand on environmental issues? Are managers familiar with the environmental strategies of other organizations in the industry? Has the organization compared its environmental initiatives with those of other firms? Is the company aware of the best practices in the environmental management regardless of the industry? Has the organization developed measurable performance standards for environmental compliance? Does the firm reconcile the need for consistent, responsible values with the needs of various stakeholders? Do the organization's philanthropic efforts consider environmental issues? Does the organization comply with all laws and regulations that relate to environmental impact? So hopefully you're able to assess your answers for all of these elements or such elements that relate to your company and your product and your service that you're offering, and then keep on improving on those. So having a strategic sustainability audit on a periodic basis should be the norm for almost all companies and all managers. Good luck being sustainable professionals, sustainable employees, sustainable managers, sustainable owners, and sustainable citizens of your city, your state, your country, in this planet. Good luck. Remember that ethical behavior is a skill, and so is sustainability behaviors. It is a skill for everyone. Everyone in the organization needs to police, evaluate, and improve their sustainability muscles in thinking critically towards how they can be sustainable in every single task and every single department and throughout the organization. Everyone should be empowered to manage and guide effectively in their day-to-day tasks in departmental operations. Good luck.